There we go. I'm dying.
Oh, I just gotta like, oh wait, so you should go like down.
Yeah.
I'll go here, and this is how we can talk the whole time.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Melissa. She is the one that I was. I'm like fine by myself, and now you're here. I'm like,
Hello.
hello. Okay. So we're gonna talk about reading the Shadowhunter Chronicles
As adults.
As adults. So.
I can't.
No, just pretend like you're talking to me. Okay.
I just tripped over your shoes.
This is gonna be a funny video. Okay. So, why don't you start us off by talking about your first time reading the Shadowhunter Chronicles as a youngin'?
Okay, so I read them, how old were we, like 15, 16? When we
Yeah,
read
it was
them?
like sophomore.
You were in like sophomore
junior
year of high school, and I like thought it was magical. Like I thought it was like the best thing ever, and I thought Jace was like hot. I had like such a crush on him.
I thought Jace was hot.
I did. Like I was like 15.
I know, you're like, you have to read the series. Like, this character is so hot.
Like
And I was
hashtag
like-
crushworthy boys.
I was like, okay, like he's fake, but okay.
I'm like dying right now.
Okay, so Melissa would read the books, and she has the hardcovers, and then she would give them to me, and she was like, Katie, you have to read this book series. And I was like, okay. And then I read it, and I was like, this is pretty good. But then you were like, obsessed.
I mean, okay, so like something you should know about me, I don't like things passingly. I have such an obsessive personality. It's like I either love it or I hate it.
Okay, well, like, that's both of us, though.
Yeah.
Okay, when we were little, we had a Tamagotchi binder.
Okay.
This is all gonna get cut out, but like we've been obsessive. We had obsessive phases with Tamagotchis.
Webkins.
Yeah, definitely Webkins.
We had a Webkins club.
We did. It was us and your siblings.
It was literally just us, like, and we'd have meetings, and it was like literally just us hanging out.
They're like, let's take the notes for the meeting now.
We had like minutes.
Didn't you email out the minutes?
I literally took minutes and emailed them out. Like recaps of the meeting.
And then
We were like 10.
Okay, what else did we obsess over? Harry Potter.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, she wrote me a letter to Hogwarts. That's fine.
I bet you read all
I
your
know.
subscribers.
Look here if you want to see the Harry Potter thing that I read to her. And then we also got like Harry Potter report cards. Remember
Yes.
Allie, this other girl, Allie, like wrote us report cards
Yes.
based on like what books we had read.
I don't even think she read the books, did
No,
she?
she just wanted to hang out with us.
She just wanted to like relate.
And then like she got your letter too because you sent one to her.
Yes.
And she was like, oh my god, I got a letter at Hogwarts. And she actually believed it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, we're off topic now. But, so Melissa's like, read this. Like, this guy's really hot. And I'm like, okay. And I read them, and then the movie came out, right?
Oh my god, the movie like ruined my life. I did not like the movie at all.
And I remember, like, Jamie Campbell Bower got cast, and he was, like, in Twilight, too. And I was like, this is not Jace.
Weird collision of worlds.
Yeah. I did watch a TV show sophomore year, junior year of college, and I like the Jace in that one. That's like who I
I've
picture.
never seen it.
It's like really cheesy.
See, that's why but the book is really cheesy.
Yeah, so like if you go into it with like the knowledge that it's like trash TV, but like it's like guilty pleasure, it's fine. Anyways, so we read series. I didn't buy the books. I just like read your books because you're like, read this, it's really good. And I was like, okay, and I liked it. And then we went to the Clockwork Prince signing,
which was amazing. That was
literally the best day of my life. Well, there's been many best days of my life that like involve books, but anyways, it was pretty fun. Yeah, wait. So then we went to the signing. I met Cassandra Clare like before she got super famous because it was only Clockwork Prince, and it was a good time.
Yeah, that was great. She signed like all of our books.
I only had Clockwork Prince because I didn't buy any of the other books because I wasn't like super obsessed like Melissa. Like you were on another level, and I was just like, okay, like these books are good.
I mean, that's just like accurate. Like that's just true.
Yeah.
So neither of us finished the series.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to Clockwork Prince and 4 or 5. Like I think I only read Fallen Angels, and then college started, and I was like, yeah, I'm like not really reading books anymore.
Yeah, I read all 3 of the Infernal Devices, and I didn't like Clockwork Princess. I
don't know how you didn't like it.
loved the first two and I didn't like Clockwork Princess. And then I read
like a long time in between the two, right?
It was almost like 2 years.
Yeah, so like...
Yeah, so I read Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess like 2 years apart. And then I read the first 5 books of the Mortal Instruments and I didn't like the last 2. So that's why I didn't read the 6th one.
That's like a common feeling.
I feel like that's going to be the same for this time around.
Yeah, well, we gotta like kind of force ourselves to read.
Yeah, especially after reading The Infernal Devices, which is like so good.
Like... But I've heard Lady Midnight is good. And if she can do what with Lady Midnight, like what she did with The Infernal Devices, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just decided that we wanted to reread them because we're like reading. Oh, so I didn't read like freshman year of school, and then after that I started reading like all books based on TV shows. So I read like Game of Thrones and Outlander that Melissa suggests so much.
I know, Outlander.
Literally, Outlander is slept on the booktube community. I don't know why more people don't like read it and watch
It's literally so good.
It's so good. Like
it's literally so good.
We make fun of Outlander like so much.
Like it's my damn job.
We're literally like 80 pages of Claire picking out herbs.
No, okay. I like literally counted. There's 5 pages dedicated to what Jamie's beard hairs look like. Like the different reds. Like I was like,
it's like it's so good, but then it's like so like why?
Yeah.
And like they're literally gonna die of old age.
Because they're like 70 in the books.
Yeah, and I'm like, is there like any point, or like are they just gonna croak? Are they like, I don't know what's going on.
Pro tip, if you're interested, read the first book and then watch the TV show.
Yeah, it's really well suited to TV because there's just like no, like plot that, like you can like each season it's something new. So it's so cool. I'm very excited for season 4 because we get Roger and Brianna. Did you read Drums of Autumn?
No, that's what I'm up to.
Okay, well there's more Roger and Brianna, and I can't wait.
I kind of read spoilers though, so.
Okay, but like, does it even matter?
No.
I pick up my Outlander books and I'm like, how the hell did I read
They're
this?
like...
They're so... And it took me like months, but that's like all I read.
If someone was breaking into my house, I think that would be my weapon of choice. Like, I'm not...
Like, literally.
They are like bricks.
Hit them over the head.
Literally. They're soft cover, but they are bricks.
They're floppy, but they're dangerous. Okay. Yes, I read Outlander, and then I just like was reading all that stuff, and then I graduated, and I was like, I don't have anything to do. So then I started reading again, and I discovered BookTube, and Melissa also discovered BookTube
independently.
At the same time, and we were in Barnes and Noble together, and I was like, so I like watch these videos on YouTube about people that read books, and she's like, wait, me too.
we literally discovered it independently, which was so funny at the same time.
And we talked about it, we're like, okay, and then Melissa's like, there's this thing called BookCon, like maybe we should go, and I was like, okay. So
best thing ever.
Yeah, it was really fun. We got to meet a lot of authors, and now we're still like meeting authors. So, and we're gonna meet Cassandra Clare together in December.
We're literally meeting Lady Taylor today. So
yeah, okay. So the Cassandra Clare signing is at like this really cute place. It's gonna be fun.
I'm so excited.
Oh no.
Tea.
Spilled my tea. I'm dying. Okay, so we have that, and then I don't even remember what I thought about the Mortal Instruments when I first read them. Like, you just thought Jace was hot, and you're like...
I literally was just, like, swooning over Jace, like, the whole time.
Yeah, and I remember...
Like, that's it.
I remember reading Clockwork Angel and being like, oh, like, this one's much better.
Yeah, Clockwork Angel, when I read it the first time, was, like, one of my favorite books of all time when I read it. I mean, like, it's still accurate today, to be completely honest. Yeah, those were so good. And I think that's why I ended up, like, not even really liking the last 3 or 2 books of the Mortal Instruments.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen to us again.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like,
She really upped the ante and then returned back to a storyline that I was kind of like, you kind of wrapped it up in City of Glass.
Yeah, I don't know. City of Glass was good.
Really good.
Yeah,
we're going into our second read.
Okay, so anyways. So our first read, I don't really remember much. I just remember Melissa told me to read them, and then I did, and then I was like, oh, these are pretty good. And then we went to the Cassandra Clare signing, and it was fun. So it was fun. So that we went to that signing, and we also went to a Suzanne Collins signing with, she just stamped the book. So, like, I don't really know if it was worth it to go, but it was cool.
Oh, that's still, like, one of the greatest moments of my life. The Hunger Games is my favorite book series, like, of all time. Like, ever.
Really?
Bar none.
Really?
Yeah. Even over Harry Potter. I know!
Blasphemy.
I know.
Okay,
Unpopular opinion.
It was cool. No, it was worth it to go. I'm being dramatic.
I want to reread that.
I thought we were supposed to reread them in October for the 10-year anniversary.
We can still do that.
It's still October.
Well,
I'm like, are we gonna have time?
yeah.
We're setting ourselves up for like some ambitious goals.
That's like when booktubers are like, this is my TBR for the next week, and it's like a stack of
I know,
books.
and that's why I like don't really want to do TBRs anymore because because I am too busy. And I'm like, I don't have time to read these. Also, like, I feel like there's like this pressure to read a certain amount of books, but like some books are bigger than others. And then I don't want to feel like I should just read short books to like be reading more books. Like if I want to read a thick book, then that's like the only book that I get to that month, like whatever.
As a booktube viewer and not a booktuber.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch TBRs like every once in a while, but like I would prefer to watch someone talk about a book they read and enjoyed, or a book they read and didn't enjoy, so I know to like, maybe I won't like that too, then be like, I'm excited about this book, but I haven't read it yet.
And like, I'm not gonna read it yet.
Yeah.
So then we reread the books now because we were done. This is gonna be an interesting video to edit because we go on like 10,000 tangents. So now we reread the books as adults.
Yes.
And so we started in like June after BookCon. We were like, let's reread the books. We saw how excited everyone was about everything Shadowhunters, and I was like, I kind of want to like participate in this, like being a fangirl, because like we hadn't read them in years.
I love the hype train.
Yeah,
like, I love it.
Okay, like Kingdom of Ash is about to come out, and like I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like so glad I'm like on the hype train for it.
And I'm not, and I'm jealous.
Read them.
I know, I haven't read them.
It's not too late. You can read 6 books in like a week.
I mean, who does that? No one real does that, right?
No one. If you want to check out my Thorn and Glass reading vlog where I read them all in 2 weeks, click the link. Yeah, we were like, let's read them together because we read them when we were younger together, and like it'll just be like fun.
And nostalgic.
And nostalgic, yeah. So I definitely think if this was my first time reading the books, I would not have liked them as much.
Agree, yeah. So with City of Bones, like I thought it was like fun and cute, but like I totally get why there's some booktubers who are like, I tried reading it and it's like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah, but it's like you're pulled into the world building and just like the fun of the world because there's so many possibilities, and it's like set in the real world, but like with vampires and like Shadowhunters that are like angels, and like you got demons, and like
it's definitely got a lot going on, and it's fun, and like I had a good time reading it, but I think a lot of it was also the nostalgia of reading it the first time.
Yeah.
Like when we were so young and I was like, oh my god, Jason's so hot, I love it.
Yeah, like, and I think when we were young, it like was more written at a reading level for us, or like, I feel like we were always like advanced in reading level, so like it was like written for those that are like younger, but it was like we were still young enough, even if we could read at a higher reading level, like it was like, I guess just more like appealing, like the situations were so dramatic, and like as an adult I'm like, what are these children up to?
Yes, yeah. I feel like really old reading it because I'm like, like things will happen, I'll be like, Clary, that's such a terrible decision, why would you do that? And I'm like, wow, I'm like such an old lady.
I'm really a grandma. Yeah, and then in but I think also like Clockwork Angel, like, or the Infernal Devices in general, was written at such like a higher caliber, and also the fact that it was set in the olden times, people had to grow up faster, it just, the characters read as a lot more mature.
And a lot more like relatable to people in their 20s.
Yeah, like I almost think that they were almost written as like 20-year-olds, even though like Cassandra Clare had to stay like in the YA genre, but it definitely reads more, like it definitely reads older, which is why I think a lot of older booktubers like it, and why I think that like just us as adults read like it in general. Also, it's just like a better book series.
It's just better in general.
Her writing is really suited to the Victorian time period because she's very descriptive with things, and it almost matches the way that people wrote back in those times. Whereas like when you're reading from the perspective of a 16-year-old and she pulls out an SAT word that I don't even know, and like literally like
the dialogue in the Mortal Instruments literally makes my skin crawl sometimes.
It got better in City of Ashes, and then it was like City of Glass was really good.
City of Glass was really good.
So like upon reading the books, like I was City of Bones, I was like, this is okay. City of Ash was like, you know, there was some problems, which we'll get into like a spoiler section later. Yeah. And then City of Glass was like, oh, like this is actually really good. Like I just felt like there was a new setting, and it just like upped the ante, and like the pacing was better, and like you know, like it was just like a better conclusion. to
Yeah.
the series, but like it took a while to like get to it actually being good, and you can definitely see Cassandra Clare's writing improving over
Yeah,
time.
I mean, yeah, you could just tell reading City of Bones that it's a debut and that like the dialogue's kind of awkward and like she hasn't come into her own as a writing yet. She hasn't come into her own as a writer yet. And then as you continue to read them, like City of Glass was really good, and I actually like as an adult, like I think I would have read that for the first time and like really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a big nostalgia factor. Also, I think that the standards for YA back then are so different than they are now.
Yeah.
Like, YA, I think, really exploded with Twilight. There's a really good video on PBS, is like a channel, and they talked about like the evolution of YA.
That's interesting, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool. So it like talks about like how like the first YA book was The Outsiders, but then like when Twilight came about, it really like exploded the genre, and it has grown into what it is now. But so like City of Bones was like in the Twilight era, so like we were like obsessed with Twilight, and you know, I think Twilight like had a good purpose in that it got a lot of people into reading that.
A lot of people who weren't reading.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we were like, okay, well, we need books to like be obsessed with again, and then the City of Bones came about, and I think a lot of people were in that like stage of like, oh, we need a new series to obsess over, and like it has vampires, but definitely not in the same way as Twilight, and I just don't think that because it was like a new and exploding genre, I don't think that writers like had to be as good as they are now to be published, because it just wasn't as big of a space.
Yeah, or even as unique. Like,
yeah.
Because, I don't know, there's so much new territory to tackle back then, whereas now it's like, in order to have like a really good YA fantasy,
to be very different.
It has to be really different, it has to be unique, it has to have like all of these elements that we haven't seen before, and I think that's hard.
Yeah, and I think that's why people complain about the tropes in some of the older YA books, and like at the time they weren't really tropes because like no one had done it before, because it was an unexplored space, and like I think YA as a genre is just really good because it definitely caters more to girls. There's just more women writers and more books with female main characters. So yeah, it was just like a space that exploded, and back in 2007 the standards for being published just weren't as rigorous as they are now. Like around like I feel like a lot of the YA books that I read maybe go back to like 2000 and like 15, I think, is when it like really started. It was like populated then, but then like all of the really, really good books started coming out in like that time period. Like if you look back at the popular YA books from like 2007 to 2011, there's nothing that I would be like, oh, I want to read that again, besides maybe City of Bones or like something like that.
I'm trying to think of others. Like I wouldn't read
Divergent.
Yeah, Divergent. I was gonna say I wouldn't read those again.
Like most booktubers, I think, started like 2014, 2015 still. So, and I think booktube has supported YA as a genre for sure. It has had an impact. When you read it now and you're like, this is kind of like not good compared to the other books, but like there was no standard to compare it to. So like you really, like it was YA, like you didn't have to be as good as like an adult book to be published in the YA space because it was new, and like people were going crazy for YA books because of Twilight. So like anything,
good paranormal romance.
Yeah, like anything that was like paranormal was getting published, and there was like a lot of vampire books around that time, like Vampire Academy and like vampire everything. Like YA was just like all vampires essentially. So the City of Bones comes along and it has vampires, but it's like really not the main focus, and it was like different, and yeah, there's tropes, but like other people weren't doing those tropes.
Yeah. And I mean, the demon hunter aspect of it was like really cool and unique at the time too.
Yeah.
So that was really like fun and different to read about, and I don't know, all of Cassandra Clare's characters are like hot and beautiful. So she literally describes all of them as like the hottest things.
She's not gonna be like, oh, like this guy's like kind of ugly.
This guy's got like a really like big nose. Like literally that, like she has these like 17-year-old characters, and she's like, oh, Jace is like so hot, and he's got a six-pack, and he can jump 30 feet vertically. And I'm like,
no one's that hot when they're 17.
Like, do they not have acne?
No.
Like, does no one have acne?
Angel blood, I guess, like makes it so you don't have acne. Can I get some?
Right? Like,
okay, and then we were talking about the physiological improbability of vampires.
Just anatomically impossible. The heart's a muscle, man.
Okay, but like in Twilight, how do they sparkle?
That's a good question.
Like, does their skin harden and like get crystallized?
That's
like it turns into an exoskeleton. Like
I honestly, I just feel like some people get so offended when like people hate on their favorite books. Like, I love hating on my own favorite books.
We literally
Like,
hate
that's half
on
the fun.
Outlander so much, and we love it though.
Like, I make fun of my own favorite books literally all the time because it's like they're not perfect. They have problems in them, and it's like
Also,
funny
like,
to
we have
point-
each other to like make fun of it with, but like
Yes.
I put it on BookTube and someone's gonna be like, "They're serious," and you're like, "No, it's just how I am as a person."
Yeah,
and like
like-
someone like you would understand that about me, but like a stranger
Yeah.
is not gonna understand that. Like when I'm talking about Claire picking herbs for 50 pages, I say it with love.
She mentions these like really obscure like herbs.
I
and I'm
feel
like,
like I've learned a lot though. Like I know some medicinal purposes of herbs because she's like, oh well, I like went to the fields and like 15 pages later she like found the things that she needs and then she like treats someone and I'm like, oh, that's what you use those for.
I do like the aspect of medicine in those books.
Yeah, it's cool because she's like a badass nurse and then she's a doctor.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into the spoilery section. So first let's talk about our feelings. So far I'm up to Clockwork Princess, but I haven't finished it yet, so we're gonna have like spoilers for the first 3 Moral Instruments books and for like halfway through City Clockwork Princess because I couldn't finish it yet. So anyways, but the big issue with the Mortal Instruments is the incest. And I know, like, when we were younger, we're like, yeah, they, like, definitely can't be siblings. And we're like, they have to end up together. And they would, like, kiss when they thought they were siblings. And we were like, oh my god.
I think we enjoyed it the first time because it's like, we knew in our heart of hearts, like, of course they're not going to end up being siblings.
Yeah.
And we were right. But, like, the characters didn't know that.
Yeah, and I think, like, as an adult now, like, we have that perspective. Whereas when we were younger, we were like, oh my god, like, they're definitely not siblings, blah, blah, blah. And, like, that was our mindset. But now going into it, knowing that they're not siblings, but they think they are, like, they should act accordingly. Like, if you think someone is your brother, you probably shouldn't kiss them.
So what I was thinking was that, like, I really liked the aspect where it's like they thought they were siblings because it could have been really cool to see their like internal
struggle.
Like, yeah, like the crisis and like see them deal with that. Like that could have actually been like interesting to explore.
Yeah.
And then you have Jace saying these like quotes like, "We don't have to tell anyone." Like, oh,
I literally wanted to vomit when the city of Ash is a city of incest. That's what I say.
Literally.
And it just like, it ruins like an otherwise good-ish book.
Yes, like I don't think that the aspect that they thought they were siblings is what the problem was. I think it was the fact that they were acting on it.
Yeah, and it's like, if you find out someone's like your brother, like just like don't try to like continue the romance. Like you can explore stopping the romance, but then like, and then you find out that you're not siblings and you're like, oh, this is great, like now we can like date. But like, don't try and date while you think you're brother and sister. And like, I think there's a reason no one else has like tried this.
Yes.
Because it just like doesn't work.
Yeah?
RIP. Hello, so sorry for that abrupt ending, but Melissa and I realized we had to get on the train to go see Laini Taylor or we were gonna miss it completely. So that's kind of why that video just like cuts off right away. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion. It was so much fun filming a video with my best friend and we were really bouncing ideas off of one another. Melissa has a really quick wit and she just like says the funniest things. Her one-liners literally kill me. Leave a comment down below if you think Melissa should start a booktube channel because I'm trying to peer pressure her into it. There will be more Shadowhunters related content from me and Melissa. We are going to do a part 2 to this discussion, talking about how we feel about the rest of the series to like whatever point we get up to on the day of the Queen of Air and Darkness signing that we are going to. And I think I'm also going to be doing a reading vlog dedicated to me kind of like dedicating some time to reading the Mortal Instruments and trying to catch up before Queen of Air and Darkness comes out. So yeah, lots of Shadowhunter stuff coming up soon and I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to leave all of your comments about what you feel about the Shadowhunters Chronicles, whether you've read it for the first time as a kid and are now reading it again as an adult, whether you read it for the first time when you were like a teenager and didn't read it again, or whether you read it for the first time only as an adult, and like how you think your age has changed your perspective and also just your general thoughts on the series. Overall, I would love to have a discussion with you all and hear all of your opinions, and I'm sure Melissa will be lurking in the comments section as well to see what people say. So we'll definitely look forward to like engaging in conversation with everyone and just like hearing your thoughts because it's so fun to get feedback on like these types of discussion videos, and also, I mean, this is the whole reason we have booktube, right, is to communicate with people and to see like what they think of our favorite books. So yeah, that's it. Have some fun, read some books, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.